Woo, good morning, beautiful people. Happy Monday. Have y'all been outside yet? Oh my God, it's gorgeous. This is the kind of summer I like. I went outside this morning because I do my cinnamon challenge. My besties and I, we've been doing our cinnamon challenge for like 2 years now. And it has paid off because I swear I have nothing but abundance and prosperity and goodness and joy and peace and happiness. So I'm not saying it's all cinnamon challenge, but I know one thing. I like the way it's manifesting in my life. So listen, the first of the month, and it's not too late. You can do it any time of the day, the first day of the month. Put you some cinnamon in your non-dominant hand. I would sprinkle a little salt to make sure the spell stays, so it'd protect the spell. And you stand outside your front door and you blow 3 times, saying out loud whatever it is your intentions are for the month, or what do you want to manifest for the month, whether it's just Pete, you could be as specific or overall as you like. And every month it's the kind of the same. I add one or two things to it. I added a little something extra this month when I blew my salt. So I love it. It's just one of these things where you're inviting magic into your everyday practical life. So all you people running around with your face long and you think you got all these problems and you're dragging sackcloth and ashes, do the cinnamon challenge today. Let it lift your spirit. See if it does something for you. See if you do, because some of y'all ain't gonna pick up a Bible and read nothing. So that's fine. And I'm not encouraging you to do, I'm encouraging you to invite magic, wonder, and joy back into your life. Because people are always asking me why I'm so whatever I am. It's because I choose it. I choose it. You know what I mean? Like you have to choose it. I choose it. So I want you to choose it too. So get up off that thing and dance till you feel better. Get up off of that thing. I'm just saying. So it's July 1st. All the possibilities of a new month, all the possibilities of a new day. Come on now. Let's do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. You got to make some changes. Today would be the day to make them. You got to do some things differently. Today would be the day to do it. If because I've got some things that I need to do. I keep working on things. I keep at it. So I'm starting this month off really in a good place. I feel good. Um, I just feel good. I'm going to the gym today. I've got some friends who are joining me at the gym tomorrow. I'm excited because we're doing some group movement. So I'm excited. I mean, listen, you don't change your life by sitting there thinking about how to change your life. You change your life by walking into your life and making the changes necessary. And no, it's not easy. Hell no. Because if it was easy, everybody and their mama would be doing it. But that's all right. Because I found a path. I'll be a lighthouse. If you need somebody to be a lighthouse, I'll be it. I'll be it. Because, listen, God knows I done walked through some stuff. So I just want you to I want you to live your best possible lives and everybody can find happiness and joy. No, really, really, you know. So, so do it, do it, do it. Somebody just said good morning. It's almost the 4th of July. It is, it is, it is. I'm excited for the 4th of July. I don't know about you. I'm not excited because I'm a patriot. No, no, no. I'm just excited because on the 5th day, we get to read the oration of uh, What to the American Slave is Your 4th of July by Frederick Douglass. And we do it at the Beinecke every year. We've been doing it since before the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, we recorded it at the Institute Library, which was wonderful. You can go up and find it on YouTube under Beinecke with Dr. David Blight, Eric Clemens, myself, and a couple of other folks who are reading. So this year, what we're reading, of course, Frederick Douglass's oration. and of course the Declaration of Independence. But we're also adding Mr. Gaines's some of his narration on his autobiography that he wrote while he was an enslaved man. So so that should be wonderful. So it's a time to we're off on the 5th. Okay, Harry. We're off on the 5th and the 4th. That means I got, oh, this is a short week. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm working 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Harry, I'm with you. Thank you for telling me. We're off the 5th too. So anyway, so y'all ain't doing that. Come to the Beinecke. It's up on the Facebooks. Yes, salt is a protection. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, so let's get into it. Woo! I tell you what, Steve Bannon is in my neck of the woods today. He's on his way to prison in Danbury. They're gonna be nice to you, Bannon. As long as you don't start no ish. Don't go in there talking no ish. It won't be no ish. You'll be all right. Keep your head down, mind your business. I don't know how much time you gotta do. He ain't gonna like it. But Danbury is pretty when you're outside. You know, the grounds are pretty. Don't try to leave. But you know, I mean, that's just what it is. And they don't care about celebrity. I mean, they're not going to treat you bad. I was not treated bad. I mean, I was treated a little disrespectfully by COs, but not like, not all the, you know, not once I let them know that I wasn't your average bear, you know, they were fine, you know, calling me whatever. I was like, my name is Mrs. Ivy. I don't know where you come from or how you was raised, but that's not how you address women, you know. I'm not a girl. I ain't been a girl since 1973. So, so anyway, he'll be all right. I mean, he'll be all right. But he's going. Talk all that ish. That ish. Listen, don't let your lips write checks your ass can't cash. He ain't gonna like it. Nobody's gonna like prison. First of all, you know how long it's gonna take before you even get a phone call? You ain't gonna get no phone calls. And then there's gonna be a whole bunch of other people in front of you to get to that phone. And the phones are only X amount of time. So you're gonna have to deal with that. You gotta have somebody send you some money to put on your books, or you're not gonna have too much. People will look out for you, but prison is very predatory. So what you think might be kindness sometimes is, okay, I did you a favor, you got to do me a favor. So you got to be mindful of that kind of stuff because it's very predatory. They set it up that way. And you got to watch who you offend or what you say. You can't be in there trying to be all hard ass because they will beat your ass. They will beat your ass. They don't care. What are these cats in prison don't got nothing to lose. You add more time to them, they don't care. You know, except for the ones who really want to get out of there and they keep their, you know, they become Muslims or whatever it is, so they can keep their head down, have a faith. You know, a lot of church in prison, a lot of church, a lot of church. It's a lot of church, a lot of different kinds of worship, you know, to keep your mind occupied. You know, but it's a dangerous, dangerous place. It's and it's not like TV. Them CEOs don't give a damn. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to look the other way. I mean, it's a tough place. And I don't wish that on nobody. But off he goes today. He goes today. And then by the end of the week, they decide if the last sitting president will have to serve, you know, can be prosecuted for, it can be sent to jail. You know, so I don't know. Ugh, it's just a mess. Maybe he'll slip on a banana peel and let his faithful mourn him. I mean, they got another one in the wings, I'm sure, but not as Not as bold and as flamboyant as this one, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, not that bold. So, so we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I don't want to spend my time talking about his ass going to prison. That's not a month. That's not how I want to spend the first day of the month. And honestly, I don't really take any pleasure in that. I don't take any joy and pleasure in that. You get what you get, you did what you did, that's it. I don't take any pleasure in sending people to prison or seeing people go to prison. And it doesn't mean that I don't think he shouldn't go. Damn right he should go. He deserves everything he has done. He deserves this is the consequence for everything. So fine. I don't have no problem with any of it. You know, I just don't want to spend my time talking about it. That's really ultimately what I'm saying. I'm not spending my time talking about that. So, so that's the way of the world. We going that way. These are some great pictures. You know, these are great, Lee. Wow. Lee Busby is such a great photographer, but he's so enigmatic, you know. So he captures me the best. I mean, he really does. So I'm gonna have him come over here and take pictures. Um, um, I'm gonna have him come over here and take some pictures. But you know, I gotta coax him. So it's a thing with him. And mm. But I think they're going on vacation. I think he said him and his wife works at Common Ground. Lovely woman. And I think they're going to I forgot what I think she said they were going to Costa Rica and they're taking a cruise. Anyway, they're going somewhere, which is nice. I'd love to see what he could do in another country with that camera. Seriously. I would welcome seeing him, you know, take pictures of faraway places. Because he has such an amazing eye, you know. So it is the first of the month. I got to see Tom Breen and Lucy Gelman had Avi out. Avi threw up on me at the festival, which was so cute. I was tossing them up and around, so that's probably what I get. But you know, it's nice when babies throw up on you. That means you're alive. It means that you're very much alive. I'm very much alive. So it was nice to have the baby. It's very, very nice. So anyway, the festival was amazing. So you know, I gotta run down my weekend. You know, started Thursday. And I talked about some stuff on Friday. But that's all right. That's all right. I had lunch with well, let me go back to Thursday. Well, I had my eye exam. You know, I see a specialist because I have a glaucoma and the beginnings of cataracts. And I had to have my eyes dilated. And I swear to God, they must have super dilated them. I mean, these glasses I have on transition to darker, you know, when I walk outside. And they have a bit of a tint to them when I'm inside. And I had to go back inside to get the little inserts. That's how bright, that's how dilated my eyes were. I felt like a vampire. Like I gotta have it dark. I have to drive. I can't see. So I went got the inserts. I had to wear them things all day. All damn day I wore them inserts because the light was, I swear to God, I felt like I was in the sequel to Blade or something. Like I talk about interview with a vampire. Child, my eyes were dilated to the nth degree. So I had to wear them little inserts. I wore them longer than I remember ever wearing them. because my eyes were so damn dilated. Oh, anyway, that was Thursday. Friday, I went to the gym, worked out, had lunch with Annie Greenwich, who was lovely, lovely, lovely. She's lovely. Her mama lovely. Her sisters are lovely. The Greenwich women. So I had lunch with Ani on Friday at Manhari's, and we just chatted and talked and all of that. And then I saw her on the green Saturday at the Caribbean Festival with her dog and her mom, and it was lovely to see her mom. And then Marquisha and I went to the Connecticut Sun game. I have my hat. Because when you go to the Connecticut Sun, they always give you something, a t-shirt, water bottle, anything, whatever. But this time it was the Connecticut Sun hat with the Michelob Ultra on there. So I rocked this. I rocked it, like I'm from Texas. And so that was fun. So we went to that game. They lost to the Atlanta Dream. And it was close too, boy. So I did that Friday night. Saturday, I got up and went to the Freedom of Expression Ideas Talk with Lauren and the woman from the Connecticut Library Association, the Freedom Department, and the new executive director of the Arts Cultural Center here in Connecticut. So I just went to introduce them, and so that was fun. And then hear the talk. The talk was really illuminating. And then I ran down the street, not ran, but walked, came outside. Next Haven had a mobile art exhibit, art in a little van. So I saw that, which was really nice. And it was all about legacy. What does legacy mean? What does legacy look like to you? It was wonderful, wonderful art. High five Next Haven for that project. And then I walked down York to the Yale University Theater and saw Ife's debut in the I could tell you exactly what it is before I mispronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce it. Azucar, Contra Tiempo, their newest theatrical dance work, which leans into the Celia Cruz music as inspiration and delivers explosive salsa dancing while taking us through a truly Caribbean narrative. So that was really good. I saw Ife do her thing. So it was really, really beautiful. Except I met my friend Jackie Cora. We serve on the Long Wharf Theater board, and her booth thing I saw them there, and she had a friend whose father discovered Celia Cruz. And this woman starts to tell me she thought Celia Cruz was ugly, like not attractive. I don't know what possessed her to tell me, a Black woman who looks like Celia Cruz. Like I identify with Celia Cruz. I mean, I'm not a far stretch from looking like Celia Cruz. So I didn't know. I was like, well, where is she going with this? I said, what do you mean ugly? Like she wasn't a nice person? Because I've never heard that. It's like, oh no, she just wasn't a beautiful looking woman. She wasn't pretty. I was like, are you out of your mind? I mean, I just went there. I said, first of all, you don't know me. And you talking to me, another Black woman, about a Black Latino woman you don't find attractive. I said, you know what? White people have a different aesthetic about beauty than we do. And it's usually rooted in Eurocentric stupidity. And then she was like, oh, well, I don't think Rosa DeLauro is pretty either. I said, lady, Rosa DeLauro is a friend of mine. I don't know why you would say that. Why would you say that? And then I said, you're not pretty your damn self. She goes, well, maybe we just don't see. No, we do not. And then she got mad and she like huffed up. I barked at her so loud. I was loud. I was like, don't you ever talk to me about another black woman like that again? Who the hell are you talking to? I was, and everybody around me was like, whoa. I was like, lady, if you don't get away from me, but I didn't see her no more since. I didn't see her when I couldn't recall that woman. I couldn't recall or tell you anything about her. I told Jackie, I said, Jackie, I told Jackie Cora, I said, listen, that woman was outright rude and ignorant and an asshole. And she agreed. Like, did you ever? White folks, y'all are way beyond the pale sometimes. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to talk nothing with no white woman against a sister. I'm not going to do it. I know there's only a handful of women, white women, that I would talk freely with. Anyhow, there's only a handful in the world, in the entire world, that I would speak authentically about what goes on between black women. And they have earned the right to hear me. And they've been in the trenches and know something, and I can trust them. Only a handful in the whole wide world that I would trust talking about black women. And that white woman wasn't one of them. I was like, lady, if you don't get away from me before I catch a case. I was like, are you out of your mind? That lady pissed me off so bad. So then I went in and watched the show. It was great. And then from there, I walked down to the Green. I did a whole triangle. I walked down to the Green, to the Caribbean Festival. The Caribbean Festival was the capstone of the whole festival. And what they did was they moved it from, the tree side of the Green to the back part of the Green. And put a stage on the back part. So you had the Alexander Clark stage. If somebody with more money wants to put their name on that stage, does his name come off, or do they do a bidding war to keep his name on? Like, how does that work? I'm curious. But anyway, so the little stage was across from the big stage, but like the length of the Green. So they were there. It was wonderful. The vendors were wonderful. The music was wonderful. The energy was high. There was a lot of people. The food trucks were a little disappointing, only because there wasn't enough food trucks. That's the only part. I don't know, Kay, and she's not listening to me, but Kay, you might have to let the Mexicans in. You might have to give a slice to the Mexicans or the is there a Puerto Rican food truck? Got to be a Puerto Rican food truck. I mean, you had the Guyanese food truck, which was, the line was so long. But you know who showed up and didn't disappoint? I tell you, that the Ninth Market vegan Caribbean people, they did not disappoint. And they was prepared. They had smoothies ready to go. They had all the stuff. The only thing they ran out of was mac and cheese. And they was coming back with mac and cheese, but I never got back across the Green to get my mac and cheese. So now sometime this week, I might have to make it my business to go over there. Or I could just make my own mac and cheese, which probably won't, but I could do it. I've done it. So maybe that'll be a test for me this week to make me some mac and cheese, a small amount of mac and cheese, because I do need to go grocery shopping. Now that I have a new fridge and a working freezer, I can buy some food. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, so anyway, I was on the Green for the Caribbean Festival. It was nice. The weather held out, didn't rain, it was overcast, but it was nice. The music was high. The fellows, the International Arts and Ideas fellows, marched across the stage and got their certificates or whatever. The opening act, I'll tell you what, Caribbean people will turn any song into a Caribbean song. When they get to singing Neil Diamond and Frank Sinatra, and they put that Caribbean beat, baby, ain't nothing off limits. There is no song off limits to Jamaican people. I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no song off limits. They will take any song out there, country, western, zydeco, I don't care what it is. They will put that Jamaican reggae beat under it, and it's automatically a Jamaican song. And done well. It took me a minute to figure out he was singing Neil Diamond song. I was like, I know this song. And then when he backed it up with the Frank Sinatra song, I was like, wait a minute. It was good. So that was the opening act. I can't call the name. I can't call the name of the opening act. But they were good and they were entertaining. They kept the crowd moving. And then Lyrical, is it Lyrical? Lyrical came on. And he was good. High energy. High energy. Just what you expect reggae music to be. Jamaican music. Soca music. Uh, 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 It was just, yeah, you have no choice. Your hips are gonna do whatever they want to do when soca comes on. If your hips don't move during soca, you're white. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't mean that unkindly. So it was good. It was good. It was a great ending to a wonderful festival. And everywhere I went, I was listening to people talk about how much they enjoyed the festival this year. People really enjoyed it, you know. And Samara Joy was just the chef kiss for the festival this year. It was just a chef's kiss, you know. Uh, and so it was wonderful. It really was wonderful. Wonderful. So the International Festival of Arts and Ideas, it's done. Next year they're celebrating the 30th year. 30 years. I would have been married as long as the festival has been around. So I'd have been married for 30 years. Can you believe that mess? Crazy. Uh crazy, crazy, crazy. So I don't know what they're gonna do next year. And thanks, Shelly, Shalea, uh, for shouting me out, me and Roz Myers. Me and Roz Myers, if you're listening, and I know you're not, we make a dynamic duo. We should come up with another, and we weren't even working in conjunction with each other. We were working for the same good, but we didn't even know it. So imagine if we teamed up and activate. We could do some amazing stuff, Rosalind Meyer. We could do some amazing stuff. Anyway, that's the way of the world. We had a good time. And then yesterday was just chill. Dr. Berryman came over, Sean Hardy came over, and it was it was it was a lovely night to sit and talk on the porch. We were talking about forgiveness last night. I'm such a anti-forgiveness person. I don't like forgiveness in the way that I know people are like, well, it frees you. I am free. I freed myself from thinking that I could do anything to make the situation different. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, it's been an amazing so far summer. I'm feeling it. Now, then you can start making my way to down to the Westville Village and doing some salsa dancing. I've got some other stuff that I need to do, which I don't want to do. So, um, yeah, I got some stuff to do tomorrow. So the workout crew starts tomorrow. My friends, some of my friends, some of the women that went on retreat, we are working out tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and we're doing it all again on Thursday at 4. And I chose these times because the gym is uh we'll have the gym to ourselves, which would be a lot of fun, which would be a lot of fun. And we'll see how these women do. And if they'll still be my friends. They'll still be my friends after the fact. Being like, Babz, I hate you. I was like, all right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, they said. It'll be fun. So yeah, so it's uh Tuesdays at noon, Thursdays at 4. And it should be a good time. So I have to send an email out to folks tonight and just remind people they want to come and participate. That uh you know, come and be about the business of um, getting into some good, just moving the body, particularly as we are aging, you know. So I was like, before you say no, figure out how you can say yes. That's really the heart of anything for me. Before you say no to a thing, figure out how you can say yes and start from there, you know, start from there. And really, that's the secret of it. That is the secret of it. And that's how you do all the things that you know, people think there's some magic. You're the magic. Really, you are the magic. There's no magic except you. You're the magic, you know. And if you want things to change, because what happens is people get stuck People get stuck in the cycle thinking that whatever's happening to them is being done by outside forces. It's outside forces that are causing me to feel this way. It's outside, it's them, it's him, it's her, it's they. They're causing my malaise. They're causing me to feel this way. No, 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 Lucy. It's nobody but you causing you to feel this way. Because if you strengthen your own mind and get right and centered in your own self, that noise will dim down and you could actually hear yourself and move in the direction that makes sense for you to move in. But as long as you are pointing the finger at some other thing outside of yourself to bring you happiness, to bring you love, to bring you joy, to bring you peace, then you're always going to be at the mercy of those things because they're never going to show up in the ways that you need. And that's the part that people don't get. You think somebody loving you is the end all, the be all. It ain't. You know where it begins? With you. Nobody can love you better than yourself. And you don't understand that, you don't get that. Nobody outside of yourself is going to do right by you. Nobody. So guess what you have to do? You have to do right by yourself. You have to do right by yourself, not letting external forces dictate how you move in the world and how you feel about yourself. Don't do that. Pull up. Pull up. You are the magic. And once you start believing that, then everything else gets in alignment. Everything gets aligned. Everything. Once you start healing yourself, taking care, and I hate the word healing, but once you start taking care of yourself, paying attention to yourself, loving on yourself, putting yourself at the top of all these damn lists, nobody's going to do it. You moping around hoping somebody would notice that you moping around is a fool's game. It really is. There's nobody's fault for you feeling the way that you feel except you. So you got to get up off that thing, you know. So it's not your kids' fault, your parents, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, my job. It's none of that. None of that. None of that. First, it's you. First. First, get right with you, then you can get in alignment with everything else. But if you just, it's like punching in the wind. It's like, oh wait, what do they call it? Pissing in the wind. I think that's really a man metaphor, isn't it? Pissing in the wind. That's a man's metaphor. Uh, so, you know, get read some books. Go to the library and check out some of the popular self-help books. Dig in, learn yourself. Start journaling yourself and then go back so often and reread where you was at on this particular day. Do the work. I cannot stand mopey people. Just my life, my life. What? You know what you just said? You just said my life. And you know what happens? Take over it. Take control of your life. And people need hard talk sometimes. And I'm not trying to be mean. God knows I don't want to be mean to nobody. But people will start with all the things that they can't, won't try. They'll start with all the I can't, or all the labels of negativity. They lead with those things. And I'm like, why? Why can't you do it? Help me understand, why can't you do it? It hard. You know what's hard? Running for your freedom in a place where you can't read or write, and you're moving by the light of the moon and putting your hands on trees to see the direction of moss growing. That is hard. You going to the bookstore and buying a book about how to take care of your damn self, or some form of enlightenment, is not hard. I don't care what people say. I don't want to hear this foolishness about, I can't. Okay, well then, if you can't, you can't. Then shut up and stop talking about it. Because clearly you want to wallow in that. I know this is harsh talk. I know. But I'm gonna tell you something about people who are always stuck. This not new. This being stuck is not new. So they've been at this for some time. They've been at this place for some time and refuse to get the necessary and the real help. It's all right to go ask somebody for some help. It's all right to seek help to help you sort through your foolishness and your mess and your sadness and your depression. It's all right. Even if you have to take medication, it's all right. It's there for a purpose. Get the help that you need. I don't understand how people won't save themselves. I do understand, because I know what it's like to be in the abyss. I have been in the abyss more times than I could tell you. I could tell you more times than I could tell you. I've been at the bottom of the well, been on my back. I get it. But none but ourselves can save ourselves. The saving begins with you reaching. The saving begins the moment you extend your hand toward. But if you sit with your hands folded with clenched fists, blessings are just going to blow by you. Help is just going to blow by you. You don't hail a cab with a fist. You hail a cab with an open hand and a finger up. Do people still hail cabs, by the way? I think so. In New York, I still think you could hail a cab. Now you just get on your phone and you have a car sent to you. I'm on such and such a street. Yes. And then boom. So I'm just saying. So today is the first of the month. It's the first of the month. Time for some changes. Right now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait till August. Start right now. Start right now. Do one thing that you think you can't do. And even if you feel like, take your ass walk around the block. Walk around the block. Walk around the block. And then get a journal and write. Seriously. I'm just trying to, this stuff is not hard. It's not hard. Unless you like wallowing, you keep wanting to feel bad, and you keep wanting to run from yourself, because people want to run. I don't want to run from myself. I stopped running from myself a long time ago. Because all you're going to do, you're going to run to a different place, and you're going to be who you are in that place. And you're like, oh, I thought this was going to help. Hell no. Why is it going to help? You was there, now you here. You are the common denominator. So if you was unhappy over there, guess what happens? You're going to be unhappy over here. because you're not going to do the work. You got to put the work in. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to tell you how to get free. Listen, my friend Tammy Winfrey has a whole book, A Black Woman's Guide to Getting Free. I think this book could be for any woman. Don't let the black woman part dismiss you. No, this book is for any woman who is trying to like get some liberation for their own heart and mind. But black women specifically, I'm just saying. Listen, today's the I go through this every time the first of the month comes. I get everybody hyped up about making changes because I talk to people all the time. I talk to people, I listen to people, I talk to people all the time. And I get this, it's the same. It's always the same. It's always the same, you know. And all you have to do is just extend their hand. That's it. And just put themselves first. Put yourself first, you know, and don't focus on external external stimulation, external whatever you think it is. Distractions. My sister calls them distractions. My sister used to say, "Boy, Babz, you get a distraction and it'll take you off your course." And she would be right. I would be thrown off my course so easily and readily because I was always looking for something outside of myself to bring me happiness. So when I tell you this, I'm telling you from experience. Whether it was some man, some boyfriend, some new thing or whatever I was chasing, whatever. I was always looking for something else outside of myself. And once I started to do the internal work of who am I, what do I want, and removing all the labels and the barriers, I'm going to tell you right now, the Course in Miracles says it is not your job to seek love. Your job is to remove all the barriers to love. And some of you folks got a gazillion barriers. And don't be daunted by that because you can only move so many at a time. So get to it. Like, just get to it. Stop putting all these distractions in your way. If you're unhappy, excavate in yourself what is the cause of your unhappiness. And the cause of your unhappiness is not anybody out there. I'm going to tell you right now. It's not somebody. It's not they, them, those, thee, thou. It's you. Thee is thouest priority. Get to it. Start there. Right. And some of y'all are creative and you don't even want to be creative. Don't want to be creative. I was like, man, if I had that kind of talent, my friend Kay is very, very talented. And she does not see it as such. I'm like, girl, do you know how many talents you have? She doesn't see it that way. Me? I'm like, okay. I'm probably the least talented person in the room. It's all right. My feelings are not hurt. But I also know what I'm very good at. You know. You know. Mm. I know Deborah. Right. If you don't get yourself together, you know, if she don't get herself together, I'm gonna get her. Anyway. Joy. Seek it. Now I can't imagine not falling in love with myself every day. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine not being in love with myself now. I think about all the darkness that I just was slipping into and darkness that will make you do things that you cannot come back from. It just seems such like so far away to me and so foreign to me. I can't imagine it. I hope I'm never dragged back to that space. But if I am, I got a pretty hefty toolbox of how to pull myself up. I have a pretty hefty toolbox. And I'm pretty I'm pretty confident if I find myself in the abyss again, that I will not spend a whole lot of time there, because I think the strength in loving this life is a bigger calling. And and I'm happy to say that. And I know there are people who are listening to me who are struggling because y'all run up on me and tell me that you're struggling and you want what I got. And you know, you don't want what I got. You want what you got. You just don't know what you got because you ain't tried to figure it out or excavate or do a deep dive into it. Because some people think if they take a deeper dive that they won't ever come up out of it. But I'm here to tell you, you will. The boogeyman is you. You are your own boogeyman. And I don't say that to say there aren't forces out there that are trying to kill us every day, because God knows the global majority is well aware of the forces out there trying to kill us every day. And I don't say this because it's so easy to walk out of domestic violence situation. It is not. I grew up in a very violent home, and it's very difficult to get out of those situations. So I'm not making light of any of it. But I will tell you, if you extend your hand for help, help will come. And I know that to be true. I've seen it and I know it in my own life. So if you're struggling, and you can call me, reach out, because some of y'all do anyway. So feel free to call me and reach out. I'll try to point you in the right direction. I swear I will. You know, I'm not responsible for you, but I am responsible for you because we have to be each other's keepers. I can't walk by and see you on the street hungry and not offer to feed you. What is that? You know, I can't know that you're struggling and then just like act like I don't know you're struggling. But we don't have to go that far to make differences in the lives of the people that we know and love and care about. I don't have to look to the street to sort of offer support. I can be a lighthouse within my circle of friends so that when something is going on, I'm paying attention and I can inquire as a friend would. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have to use drastic examples of how to help. You just look in your own circle and listen and pay attention to your friends and create spaces for them to sort of be their authentic selves. Just create spaces. I'm not in competition with none of my friends. I know women who are in competition with their friends. I've not been that woman in 40 years. So I don't even know what that's like. When my friends win, I win. When my friends do great things, guess who benefits from that? I do. What? Are you kidding me? I love this stuff. When my friends do cool stuff, I'm right there with them. You know, and it inspires me to do cool stuff. I'm serious. You know, I watched Ife take this little idea of a lit fest, a literary book festival, and turn it in 5 years later into this thing that people want to go to and talk about every year. I watched it just think about, oh, graphic novels. We are in there. Let's just create a platform for these folks. And she didn't do it for her own self. She was like, oh, I think the community needs this. Let me put it out there. Are you kidding me? So I'm just like, my friends are amazing. They just do amazing stuff. Makes me want to do amazing stuff. You know, my artist friends who are creating art and are serious about it. I mean, are serious about it, making a living doing it. I'm in awe of that kind of talent. I see Susan. I now know Susan Clinard's work when I see it in the world. I love being able to do that. I love being able to be like, I believe that's a Susan Clinard piece. It makes me feel good. I love what happens to me when I see her work out there in the world. You know, same thing with Linda Meekins. I see her work. I'm like, I know Linda. Or Shonda. I know Shonda Holloway's work. I'm like, oh, okay. Or Nicole. I see Nicole's work. Oh my God. Or the young sister in Waterbury, Karen. I see her work. I know her work. I'm like, oh, that's how much I love them because I spend time looking at what they do, hanging around them. Love it, you know. So it's these kinds of it's the way that I want to live, you know, holding space, creating space, and taking up space. And that's important too. I take up space. And I don't apologize. I used to apologize. I don't know when I was apologizing, but when I was a young woman, you know, you slip into spaces. Now, I'm on the brightest thing. I'm the loudest in the room. I'm the tallest, biggest thing in the room. I love it. I don't shy away from that. I don't have any fear about that. Nope. You see me, I'm fine. I'll talk to you. I'll laugh with you. I'll smile with you. I'll engage with you. All of that stuff. I take up space. I don't apologize for that. I'm here to take up space. I know so many people who don't take up space, and I know so many people who will begrudge me taking up space. I said, all right, I'll take up space for you too. Because when I take up space, that means I'm making space for you too. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's the way it is. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go maybe I'll make a smoothie or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna do something. And then I'll be back at 10:15. I don't have any guests today. I don't know why I don't have guests on July 1st. I don't know. I just didn't plan for it, I guess. But I'll be back. Harry.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.